To Marcus Hale, if you get this, do not go to Unit 3B at 713. If you already went, stop flipping the coin. My full name sits there in the subject line, spelled right with my middle initial, Marcus J. Hale. Nobody at the storage facility knows it. I do not even put the J on forms. I stare at the message on my phone while the sun bleeds out behind the low industrial buildings. The sender is a string of numbers and a domain I have never seen. The timestamp says it arrives 3 minutes from now. My breath catches. I refresh. The timestamp stays wrong. The lock screen clock says 7:10. The email insists it is 7:13 plus 3. I tell myself it is a glitch, a delayed push notification, some spam that scrapes names from somewhere I forgot I signed up. Then my calendar buzzes in my pocket, the same buzz it always gives me on Tuesdays. Storage run, 7:13, same as every Tuesday for 4 months. I do not like routines because routines make me feel watched, but routines are how I keep my life from fraying. Tuesdays are simple. I leave work at 6:45, I grab a coffee at Topesh, I drive to the storage facility at Bypass, I walk down the main hallway to my yard, I check the padlock, I go inside, I count boxes, I make sure the documents stay dry, I leave. I do it the same way because if I do not, my mind finds things to worry at. The email tells me not to go. The calendar tells me to go. My body already moves. The storage facility is a long rectangle of concrete and corrugated metal lit by fluorescent tubes that hum like insects. The office is closed. A keypad gate stands open because the evening staff is lax. The air smells of dust, cold steel, and old cardboard. I park under a security camera and look up at the red recording light. It is on. I raise my phone as if to show it the email, as if a camera can read my screen and judge my choices. I walk in. The hallway is wide enough for a cart. Painted numbers run along the wall in a neat sequence, black stencils over white. 200, 201, 202. The doors, however, have their own numbers, little metal plates riveted on, and the two sets never agree. The wall says 202 beside a door labeled 219. The wall says 203 beside a door labeled 105. It has always been like this. The first time I came, I thought I was lost. The manager, a tired woman with a lanyard full of keys, told me it was a renovation. She said the old numbering never got updated on the walls, and the new numbering never got updated on the doors. She said it with the casualness of someone describing a stain. Over time, the mismatch stops being strange and becomes the kind of wrong that blends into the background. Like a clock that ticks slightly offbeat, you only notice it when you listen for it. My unit is supposed to be 3B. That is what my contract says. There is no B on any door. There are no letters at all. The manager told me to ignore the contract and follow the map. The map is laminated and faded, and it always seems to show me a slightly different route. But I have a routine now, and my feet know the turns. I reach into my pocket and feel the coin. It is a quarter I found the first week I rented the unit. It was standing on its edge on the concrete floor right in front of the door. Not leaning, not wedged, just upright, perfectly balanced. When I bent down, it did not fall. It stayed there as if the air held it. I picked it up. The metal felt cold in a way that had nothing to do with temperature. I flipped it, expecting the normal slap of metal on skin. It landed on its edge in my palm and stayed there, a thin silver line. I laughed then, a short nervous sound. I flipped it again. I have flipped it every Tuesday since, as part of the ritual. I tell myself it is a stupid magic trick, a novelty coin. It is not. I have tried to make it land flat. I have thrown it on the floor. I have spun it on a table. I have dropped it off the edge of my kitchen counter. It always finds the edge. It always stands. Now the email tells me to stop flipping the coin. My hand closes around it anyway as I walk. The hallway lights flicker once, a quick stutter, and my phone screen goes dark. I tap it. Nothing. The battery was at 80% in the car. I keep going because stopping would mean admitting the email is real. The wall numbers climb. 210, 211, 212. The doors beside them do not match. The hum of the lights seems to shift in pitch as if I am walking through layers of sound. At the turn where I usually turn, there is a door I do not recognize. The wall says 217. The door says 3B. My stomach drops. My unit has never had a door plate that matches the contract. My unit door has always said 144. I stand there, staring at the metal plate with the stamped characters. 3B. Clean, not rusted, like it was installed yesterday. I check my watch. 7:12. The email told me not to go to Unit 3B at 7:13. I am here 1 minute early. The padlock is mine. Same brass body, same scratches. I put my key in. It turns too easily, like the lock has been oiled. I pause with my hand on the latch. I tell myself I can walk away. I can go home, skip tonight, come back tomorrow. But routines have gravity. A pull. I open the door. The smell hits first. Paper and plastic and that specific dryness of stored things, but underneath it a faint scent of ozone, like a copy machine that has been running too long. My unit is narrow, stacked with boxes and a metal shelf. Everything looks right. The same brown banker boxes with labels in my handwriting. The same suitcase I have not opened since my father died. The same folded tarp, but the light is wrong. There is no light inside the unit. There never has been. I always use the hall light and my phone flashlight. Yet the back of the unit glows faintly, as if lit by a screen turned face down. I step in. The concrete floor is cold through my shoes. I take out the coin without thinking. I flip it once, a reflex. It lands on its edge on the concrete and stays there, perfectly upright, a thin line casting a thin shadow. The moment it stabilizes, the hallway hum cuts out. Silence slams down so hard my ears ring. Then, from somewhere behind me, I hear my own voice. Not in my head. In the air. It says, routine check. Count the boxes. It is my voice from weeks ago, calm, slightly bored. The exact phrase I mutter sometimes when I try to stay focused. My throat tightens. I turn. The storage unit door is still open. The hallway beyond it is not the hallway I came down. The wall numbers outside are different. The paint is fresher. The doors are different colors. The fluorescent lights are brighter, the hum sharper. And there is a man walking past, pushing a cart. He looks up at me and smiles politely like I am just another renter. He is me. Same height, same hairline, same tired eyes. He wears my jacket, the one I put on tonight. He pushes the cart with my left hand, the way I do when my right shoulder aches. My mind refuses to fit the image into reality. It slides off it like water. He does not stop. He keeps walking, and as he passes, he speaks without looking at me. He says, "Do not go to Unit 3B at 7:13. It is the exact sentence from the email. My legs go weak. I grab a metal shelf to steady myself. My fingers leave streaks in the dust. The other me disappears around the corner. The hallway hum returns in a rush, as if someone turned the volume back up. My phone screen lights up in my pocket with a vibration. I pull it out. A new email arrives from the same string of numbers. Subject, Marcus J. Hell, Vadi, you open it anyway. You always open it. You do the same things because you think it keeps you safe. It makes you easy. My skin crawls. I back out of the unit, keeping my eyes on the hall. The wall number beside my door now says 144. The door plate says 3B. I blink hard. The plate flickers just for a fraction of a second, and I see 144 stamped there instead. Then it snaps back to 3B. I reach down for the coin. It is still standing on its edge where it landed. I touch it with one finger. It does not fall. It feels anchored, like it has weight in the wrong direction. I remember the email. Stop flipping the coin. I pick it up, careful, and my palm tingles as if the metal is vibrating. I slide it into my pocket and force my hand to stay out. My watch ticks to 7:13. The hallway lights flicker again. Not once but in a pattern, 3 quick stutters like a signal. From down the hall, I hear footsteps. Past? Familiar. I retreat into my unit without thinking, pulling the door mostly closed but leaving a crack. I do not want to be seen. I do not know why. I just know that if something sees me seeing it, it will lock onto me. The footsteps stop right outside. A shadow falls across the crack. Someone stands there breathing hard. Then my own voice whispers, right on the other side of the metal door. Marcus, did I move? It targets your exact routine. I hold my breath. My heart thunders so loud I am sure it carries through the gap. The whisper continues and the cadence is mine, but strained, like I am speaking around pain. You always count the boxes. You always check the lock. You always flip the coin. It learns the steps. It slides into the gaps between them. My mind scrambles for meaning. It targets routine. A glitch in time that feeds on repetition. That uses my habits like rails. Outside, the metal door handle jiggles gently, as if tested by someone who does not want to be heard. I squeeze my eyes shut and think of all the times I have done this. All the Tuesdays. The same drive, the same turns, the same mismatched numbers that I stopped questioning. The numbers never match the doors because the place is not stable, or because it's not the same place each time. My phone buzzes again. Another email. Subject, 7:13. Body, watch the coin. I do not want to. I slide my hand into my pocket anyway and pull the coin out. My fingers are slick with sweat. I place it on the concrete carefully, trying to lay it flat. It rolls, rights itself, and stands on its edge without my help. The air changes. The ozone smell strengthens. The faint glow at the back of the unit brightens, and for the first time I realize it is not light. It is a seam, a thin vertical line in the darkness, like a door that is not a door. The seam widens, slow, like an eye opening. Through it, I see the hallway outside, but not the one I am in. This hallway is darker, older, with water stains on the ceiling. The wall numbers are missing entirely. The doors have no plates, only scratches where plates used to be. A figure stands in that other hallway, right in front of my unit as if mirrored. It is shaped like a man, but the edges of it blur, like a bad video compression. It twitches in small jumps, frames skipped. It tilts its head. The coin in front of me vibrates harder, standing impossibly still. My teeth ache with the frequency of it. Outside my real unit door, the handle turns. The latch clicks. The door begins to open. I snatch the coin up and the seam snaps narrower, but not shut. The figure on the other side jerks forward, closer, as if the movement of the coin pulls it. My phone screen flashes with a final message. Not an email this time, but a calendar alert I never set. Storage run, 7:13. Repeat. The unit door swings wider. The hall light spills in. A silhouette fills the doorway. It is me again, but wrong. The posture is slightly off, the head angled like it is listening to a sound I cannot hear. The eyes catch the light and reflect too flat, like glass. It steps inside without asking, and as it does, the mismatched numbers outside the door blur, the wall paint sliding like wet ink. My mouth opens, but no sound comes. The not me looks past me to the coin in my hand. Its lips move in perfect sync with mine, like it knows what I will say before I say it. It whispers, flip it. My hand twitches, the old reflex, the routine carved into my nerves. Behind it, in the hallway, I see another version of me rounding the corner pushing a cart, and another behind him, and another, each one a fraction of a second out of step, like time is stuttering and trying to find the right frame. The storage unit feels suddenly too small to hold all the Tuesdays I have ever lived. The Nami takes one more step toward me, and the coin in my grip trembles on its edge even though I am holding it flat. My phone clock flips to 7:14. The Nami smiles like relief and says my full name, all of it, like a lock clicking into place. Marcus J. Hell, and my hand starts to flip the coin anyway.